The Toulouse TonTons, one of Europe's most successful teams, are bringing their unique brand of paintball to the PSP for the 2013 season. They've been turning heads for years on the European scene and are now prepared to make a run at the best teams in the world. The TonTons have been around for over 10 years, but only recently have they built themselves into the dynamic powerhouse that we will see this season. Axel Godin is by far their best player, as he proved himself very capable as the first attacker on the Snake side while playing for Moscow Red Legion in his rookie season last year. But they also picked up former pro players Heyman Chapman and Steven Lasher, who have been tearing it up for T1 Top Gun Union. The TonTons are known for their aggressive coordinated attacks. 2013 will be a big test for the best team ever to come out of France. During their breakout season of 2012, upTon 187 Crew turned heads with their aggressive attack and high level of young talent. They're bringing mostly the same roster back for this season, but with a few twists. Dan Zaleski did damage for 187 as upTon's main attacker in the Snake during a year that was hard on front Snake players, and Max Traylor did work on the D side, proving that he can hang with the best players in the world. But for the 2013 season, they will be switching sides, with Zaleski now in the Doritos and Traylor as the main attacker on the Snake side. They will be backed up by the hardcore duo of Eddie Painter, who is always quick to attack out of the backfield, and team captain and Rookie of the Year nominee Nick Laval. Laval has been heralded by his peers as the best player on the team, and he blew people away in 2012. He's a true beast. If 187 brings the same fire to this season that they did last year, they could start marching up the rankings board and make a name for themselves in the hardest tournament series in the world.
Welcome back here, 2013 PSP Chicago Open. Matty Marshall with Todd Martinez and Chris Lasoya. Now, a game I really much wanted to see between the 187 Crew and TonTons, because both these teams have in the past looked pretty good at times. The TonTons 2 wins in Europe this year, but man, both these teams, they did not play well yesterday at all. So looking to get back in the fight here and try to put some victories on the board and keep themselves in this tournament.
You know, and I actually thought that 187 would play good here because it's an aggressive field and they're an aggressive team. But Dan Zaleski getting out here in the Snake is just not getting it done like usual. Max Traylor having a rough tournament. You know, I just think that they needed to go back to the drawing board and maybe think about their game plays a little better.
Yeah, if Zaleski can just be more aggressive. You know, we always talk about how Zaleski and Laval, you know, kind of need to dictate the tempo for their team, especially Laval, you know. He's their beast. He tries to get a kill on the break, does not, and gets shot. He comes running off field right now, but 3 bodies alive for 187 over here on the Snake side, but they lose their other body on the Dorito side, bumping up to the Dorito 1. So everybody's gone. Here come the TonTons. Oh, TonTons lose the body on the Dorito side as well. But Axel Godin now in the 50 Dorito for the TonTons. And they shift the body over.
Backed up by Saban Samuelson, and here comes Franck running down. I don't know if did he get a shot in on him? I think he did. Just making double, extra, triple sure that Dan Zaleski has a paintball on him. So nice job by Saban to get out here and back up Franck. And the thing with Franck, though, the TonTons didn't have a lot of bright shining lights yesterday, but one of them was Franck.
Yeah, and I definitely, I have him on my short list, you know, and also Fabrice Colombo was also on my list as well. He played really well yesterday as well. Yeah, I mean, I think Saban has got to, you know, step it up.
Yeah, Saban struggled yesterday, but he's one of the better players on this team. His brother, Carl Samuelson, he had statted amazingly for the first 2 events. He's up there in the top of the league. And so if Saban and Carl can play well, and then you continue to have Franck and Colombo step up, and then also include in Louis and their star, Axel Godin, they could start maybe winning some tournaments, who knows? And it looks like we have an interview on the sidelines with Lauren Kelly. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, down here with Josh Pike in the 187 pit. Josh, what did you guys talk about last night before coming here that you need to focus on to really beat the TonTons?
Really just pushing on the field, keying up on certain guys, and just imposing our will on everybody.
What do you think the TonTons' strengths are?
They're pushing the Snake really hard, so we're going to try to key up on that and take that out, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, we will see what happens. 58 seconds on the clock.
So 187 Crew getting beat up pretty quick there, and that one lost some players off the break. That's definitely been the story of this particular field layout, that not only does it play very aggressive, and there's a lot of options you can get up in the center. Different teams have utilized that at different times. The Snake side, yeah, you want to get up as far as you possibly can. And then on the Dorito side, we've seen some craziness over there, some 4-packs from some of the killers on that side of the field. But also shooting people off the break, man, that is so fundamentally important on this particular layout. Well, pretty much every layout. So look at some of the two of the key players here. And one of the reasons Greg Lazat's a key player is because you hear us say names like Dan Zaleski and Max Trailer, Nick Laval, Eddie Painter. But if they can get Greg Lazat and some of the other guys on that squad to start contributing as well, and Greg Lazat has been playing some good paintball. Also, Loic Velo, he's another one of those guys, man, on the TonTons. They have depth in their, up at say about 7, 8 guys. And here we go. Next point here. TonTons up 1-0 over 187 Crew, and now TonTons struggling to get out over here on the Snake side of the field.
Yeah, TonTons lose both Chambon and looked like Colombo on the break. Colombo, who was just over here on the Snake side, goes up to the Dorito side and gets shot. Axel Godin gets shot out of the Dorito side corner. So really quickly, TonTons losing bodies, 187, doing a good job on the break. So here he is. Yeah, that's Voulou right here in the Snake Tower.
Coming up the center to take out that center A. Great move right there.
Eddie Painter.
And Eddie Painter making the move. Getting a 2-piece right there.
You know, Eddie Painter's really good at switching hands on the run.
Yep,
he's made some highlight reels before doing that.
He reminds me of John Richardson a little bit. You know, he's not super fast, but he is really, really smart and tiptoes, kind of, so to speak, kind of works his way up there.
Well, Eddie Painter's strength is that punch through. After the line has been set up and the variables are all in front of him, he's real good at reading the field and making dynamic moves to try to break open points.
Yeah, and I like seeing that on him as well.
Let's check out this replay here. There they go, launching down the field. Max Trailer, and there's Eddie Painter. Boom, shoots one left-handed. Doesn't even flinch when he takes that bunker down, practically switches right-handed and gets his second kill on that run-through. So very nice job. Let's look at it from the top view. There comes Eddie Painter breaking that 50-yard line plane. Boom, takes out the first guy. And look at this, he knows exactly where the next guy is and able to trade out with him. So the score is now 1-1, 187 versus TonTons, and we'll be right back after this.
Play every point like it's your last point. Every drill like it's your last time out there. You gotta want it. It's the will. It's as simple as that.
This is a competitive environment. He is here to win a spot.
He's one of those guys that had great points, and then he's done some stuff that just really aren't reminiscent to a professional player.
Dig in here and figure out what you really want.
Man, I can't wait to see the roster.
That looks so interesting to watch.
Well, the thing with San Antonio X Factor is they have a really interesting story. Now, every team, you could almost do a show on every single team out there because there's so much fascinating stuff and different characters on all these teams. And with San Antonio X Factor, there's a really big drama there. Can they get back to the top? Can they win a tournament again? They had an abysmal event here. They did not play well in this particular tournament. So they're struggling still, but they took third at the World Cup, so they do, and they've won tournaments before with essentially the same guys, the same core that they have. So it is possible, and can they do it again? It remains to be seen.
Yeah, it's just that they've just been so, inconsistent, because at times they look like the best team in the league, but then at other times they're getting major after major, and it just hurts them so bad.
Here we go on a split screen breakout. TonTons on your left. 187 Crew on the right, and 187 Crew losing 3 bodies right away, so no one coming off for the TonTons. So it's looking like they'll probably score a quo. No, actually Franck comes off early. So let's see if Max Trailer and Matthew Derula could try to cross it up and shoot the TonTons as they push down the field. 4 bodies left alive for the TonTons, 2 for 187 Crew.
And right now, TonTons trying to control the Snake side of the field. Max Trailer over there. After the TonTons lost a couple bodies on the break, they're fighting back all 3 of those bodies, and now there goes the 4th one, Matthew Derula. Derula, he's one of those guys that came from the Texas Storm camp. Russians over there on the Challenger field just annihilated Texas Storm 7-0 in 6 minutes. But Matt Derula, he came out of that Texas Storm camp. I think he just got a major over here. Might be a minor, but penalty thrown on Derula, and they might be starting next point with 4 bodies.
Yeah, and you can't. Look, right now this is the the TonTon Flingueurs are looking really good right now. So
yeah, well the TonTons are looking good. It does help they got that penalty there, and that's the worst time for you to get a penalty, unfortunately for 187 Crew. but what are you going to do? So we're going to be right back after this.
Ever wonder how your order gets from ansgear.com to you? Using our fast and efficient processing method, your purchase is pulled, verified, and shipped to your door quickly and accurately. Every order is checked for accuracy 3 times before it leaves the warehouse. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner and at an affordable price to get you back in the game. Shop now at ansgear.com.
All right, we are back here. The score is 2-1, 17 minutes and 1 second left to go here in the match. So pretty much kind of still getting going. Seen some quick points out here so far. And let's see who takes the field for 187 crew. Dan Zaleski, Nick Laval, Greg Lazat, and Matthew Derula is going to be in that box in that 2-minute major penalty. So TonTons getting a breath of fresh air for them here.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it never helps any team that's in the box, but it definitely helps the other team. So TonTon Flingueurs getting a gift, as you said. They're playing really well, though. But it makes it a lot easier when you're only shooting 4 people.
Yeah, exactly. Well, 20% of your firepower is down. If you have a guy in the box for the next 2 minutes, you know, it's a big disadvantage for upTon 187 crew as they try to get back into this match. Still only 1 point separates these two teams. And we've seen guys fight back. Saw Dynasty do it. We've seen Infamous do it. We've seen teams fight back with the guy in the box. It is absolutely possible, but it definitely hurts them. They also lose Greg Lazat off the break. So now just 3 players left for upTon 187 crew. And this is when you're at the TonTons and this situation presents itself. You got to run that score up.
You know, and going to that A, the TonTons like that going up to the center. I'm a big fan, as we were saying, and I'm surprised that more people don't actually do that. And it's real easy to get up there and just shut down that whole Dorito side, Maddie.
Yeah, and that Dorito side has been kind of wild over there because so many guns turn over to the Snake side. We've seen teams triple up this side. And what that does is when things start going down over here, we've seen a couple players, like particularly like guys like Dalton Vanderbilt for Dynasty, making big moves on that side.
Yeah, and you know, Todd, do you like the center? I mean, I see you guys use it.
I really do. You know, we tried a couple times. You know, it's tough. You know, a couple times we've gotten picked up going up there, but the times that we've made it, I thought that, you know, it worked out pretty well for us. You know, how did it look from up here?
You know, it actually, you guys look pretty crisp, man. I mean, you gave Dynasty a good run.
Yeah, Vicious looks good, man. Vicious,
yeah.
we were saying that with Steve Rapikoff up here and all the guys that have been watching the games. Vicious definitely looks good. But look at this, upTon 187 crew. Looked like TonTons for a second, kind of dropping it over here on the Snake side of the field, but the rest of the guys on the team stepping it up. Carl Samuelson having a game over there on the Dorito side. He has himself 2 kills in this particular point to go up another one here. And this is, well, they were able to take a good minute and a half off that penalty, though.
Yeah, you know, you talked about that before, both of you guys, and how crucial it is. You know, when you go into a game 4-on-5, you kind of almost mentally think, well, we're probably going to lose this point. It is a possibility, but let's grind that down as much as possible and just kind of save ourselves from more pain later.
Well, the word coming from the challengers field is that the Russians just absolutely demolished SAC DMG in 6 minutes, 7 points scored. And it looks like we have Jason Wheeler from Moscow Red Legion on the sidelines. Let's listen in.
Hey guys, standing here with Jason Wheeler from the Russians. You guys just went up against Storm on the Challengers field, and it was pretty much a blowout, 7-0 in under 6.5 minutes. What's been different for you guys? How's it been playing on that field?
I don't think it's so much the playing on the different field, but going down the league, I think we've been able to rebuild a little bit better. We've dropped 2 of the guys off the squad, and we're just playing with 8. The 2 lines, we normally have an English-speaking line and a Russian-speaking line, but that's completely integrated now, and we're playing as a team for a change, which makes a huge difference.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on being undefeated in the prelims this weekend. Also up on the Challengers right now are CEP versus Jesters. We're going to get back to this game, 187 versus TonTons, to see who's going to win.
So here we go. 3-1 the score, 15:33 on the clock, and it looks like a timeout is called. It looks like TonTon's calling a timeout. And that's interesting because if I was the TonTons, I wouldn't want to call a timeout. I would want to keep 187. You know, anytime you win a point, there needs to be something kind of majorly that needs to be talked about if you're going to call a timeout, because normally timeouts traditionally are either used for some sort of malfunction, something's going wrong, you got to get somebody a guy a gun, and you'll throw a timeout for that, or most importantly, to slow the momentum of the team that's winning points.
Yeah, no, and Todd, you know, I saw you make some pretty good decisions today, coaching-wise, calling timeouts or blowing the horn or whatnot, you know, against Dynasty.
Yeah.
So Todd, we're going to take a quick commercial timeout. I really want to get your what you think about that when we come back. Welcome back here. So the afternoon competition starting to play out, and the TonTons taking on 187 Crew here, and 187 Crew struggling a little bit. Still have Matthew Derula, one of the new guys on the team, probably a little frustrated with himself getting that major penalty. He's still stuck in the box for the next 31 seconds, and then after this game we're going to have Edmonton Impact and Houston Heat, two of the favorites here at this event. And then Damage is going to play 187 Crew, Houston Heat, TonTons after that, and then Damage and Impact to close the day out. So here we go. Just about 12 seconds to go before the start of this next point. Louis Colombo, Franck, Godin, and Samuelson on the field for the TonTons. Here we go, split screen breakout.
Saban up the middle for the TonTons, gets a kill on the break.
I like
Laval over there by himself. And Saban now gonna control that wire, gets a shot on Laval, opens up the door for his teammate. Come out wide.
Nick Laval is also taking the walk. And now just here comes the TonTons. I like Saban up there. That's actually a good spot for him, actually. You know, just 3 seconds left in this box. Saban's probably gonna blow him to pieces as well. And he
doesn't get 2 steps out. Takes a rib full of paintballs. Zaleski gets shot. Just Trailer left over here in the corner, but he's gonna have nowhere to hide as the attack of the TonTons. Axel Godin, Saban Samuelson coming through the middle end down the Dorito side, gonna put another point on the board for the TonTons. So that major penalty did no favors for Upton 187. You know, even though they look pretty good to start this game, you know, are now going to go down 4-1.
Well, it's good news for the TonTons that they're having guys like Colombo contribute as much as they are. 5 confirmed kills for Colombo in this match. It also helps that Saban Samuelson's starting to look pretty solid too. He had a real rough day, especially a real rough game, that first game.
Yeah, there's
especially getting that major penalty. He got a couple
He got a couple penalties in a row, and you know, Saban hasn't played in the States in a couple years, so you know, anytime it's just kind of as you're running out your bunker, the shackles of rust are just kind of falling off, and I think they've fallen off for him because you know, one of the best players in Europe and starting to look like it. So.
Yeah, and he was a stellar player, you know, along with his brother. His brother also is a stellar player.
Oh, well, Carl's already proved himself over here in against the best in the world. Carl Samuelson's one of the top-ranked players in the world right now playing for the TonTons. And we're going to be right back with more of this TonTon game against 187. They're up 4-1. Stick around. Almost back to the action here, 50 seconds before the start of the next point. And 187 Crew continuing to struggle here. So if they continue to play like this, it's looking like they will be playing one of those relegation games to fight to maintain their presence here in the Champions Division and not having the event that they wanted to have Upton 187 crew did get the necessary practice. They've started to play some other professional teams instead of just playing against each other. They played against Damage down in Florida. You couldn't ask for a better team to play against. Infamous plays a lot against Damage and helps them out a lot. And then they had CEP come up and see them up in Upton. And but it just doesn't really look like they're getting it together yet.
Yeah. You know, coming out of the Challengers Division too, I mean, they were hot. You know, they went into Challengers Division and were upset about it being there. They were determined. You know, they played really hard and you know, fought really hard last event at MAO to get to the finals and get back here. You know, kind of unfortunate for them, you know, how things are playing out for them right now.
So on your screen right now, Chambon Franck in the Snake 1. And looks like Saban Samuelson dropped a shot in on Max Trailer. And then here comes the battle about to go down in the Snake between Dan Zaleski and Franck. Let's see who's going to take it here. No one behind. Well, so actually Saban is shooting right behind. Here comes Daniel Zaleski. Let's see if Saban got a shot in on him. No, but Saban was able to get out wide. And I don't think Zaleski knows that Saban Samuelson has got out wide on him. Okay, now Saban's rolling his gun towards him, so Zaleski's going to be contained down the wire, but still past the 50-yard line and getting good shots cross field. Eddie Painter right behind Zaleski. You're looking at Saban Samuelson, the brother of Carl Samuelson. Both from, they're both Swedes playing for the best team in Europe right now.
You know what I think made a difference today for the TonTons is having Saban play the center and the Snake side.
Yeah.
Yesterday, he was playing the Dorito side.
You're right.
And that's kind of where he struggled. Now, he's been alive. He's been shooting people. He's been making good fills. But, you know, it's going to be up to him right now because he's got 2 buys in front of him that he's going to have to deal with. And Upton 187 is up now 4-on-2. It's just the Samuelson brothers left alive for the TonTons.
So Carl and Saban Samuelson crossing it up in the back corner bunkers, looking at 4 bodies for Upton 187 crew. Nick Laval, Matthew Jarula finally back on the field after his major penalty, and Eddie Painter and Dan Zaleski. Dan Zaleski's in really good field position over here to get an angle on the back corner on Carl in that back corner bunker on the Dorito side of the field. And then you're looking at Saban Samuelson, back corner bunker on the Snake side of the field. So let's see if the Samuelson brothers can make it happen here, or can 187 pull within 2.
Yeah, these are the type of situations, though, that made the Samuelson brothers memorable.
Yep.
You know, these guys are excellent gunfighters. They communicate really well. And, takes one.
Painter got a shot in on him. So Painter wins the gunfight against Samuelson, and then that is going to do it.
What a shot there by Painter. Snuck out to the Dorito when Saban looked on the inside and wasn't ready for him when he came back out.
You know, that was again, like you said, Matt. He's a clutch player when it comes to breaking up a game.
Eddie Painter's got a real high paintball IQ. He's a good gunfighter, not the most mobile guy on the team, but he plays like he's a lot smaller than he is, man. He really does. And to win a gunfight against a guy like Saban Samuelson, who's probably spent the past, you know, he's spent the past 10 years. Saban Samuelson spent the past, probably more than that now. He has a paintball field, and up there in Scandinavia during the winter, it's brutal up there. I mean, I don't see the sun for a long period of time, and it's snow locked up there. But what they do is they have to play indoors, which they have to focus on their gunfighting capabilities. I spoke to Saban about that, and he was like, "Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, we have the reballs, which are those reusable paintballs, and they sit there and just snap with each other all the time." So for Eddie Painter to step up, and Samuelson, Saban wasn't playing sloppy back there. He wasn't sloppy on his head checks. He wasn't sloppy on his gunfight. But Eddie Painter was just a little bit better than him in that particular point. So now we got ourselves a 2-point game here.
Yeah, it's all about timing. You know, Eddie Painter, you know, just the slightest bit of movement from one bunker to the next can create just the right angle, you know, when the guy's not looking. Sneak a shot in on him. You know, good job there by Eddie Painter. And, you know, coming back out on the field again, Painter, Trailer, looks like Lazat and Nick Laval for 187. So getting their power squad back out here on the field, 4-2. TonTons bringing out Colombo, Franck, Voulou. Looks like Gaudin. And one more body come out. I think that's Samuelson, the Carl Samuelson.
You know, and Axel Gaudin, I haven't seen a lot out of him this tournament either. You know, I'd like to see a little more for sure, getting down and dirty. I mean, he's predominantly their Snake player, but Colombo is doing work over here, so you know, maybe Axel Gaudin will go get a little work done on that Dorito side.
So off the break, TonTons heavy guns have 3 guys in the center, and now going up to the center is Carl Samuelson.
locking down that Dorito side. He's been very successful with that, Maddie, and anybody that tries to, get out to that side is just gonna get tore up.
And here comes Zaleski getting his spot into Snake 2, and I don't think that the TonTons know that he's made it into the second notch of the Snake. Now he's gonna go past the 50-yard line. He's going to have a shot on that bunker in the center, but just narrowly, you can hide in there, but you've got to be real careful from that angle.
Yeah, and communication plays such a key factor. We've seen it so many times. Either the Snake player doesn't know or the center player doesn't know. You got to relay across the field, where Zaleski is, where that body in the center is. Upton 187, they lost Laval and Lazat. So just Painter, Trailer, and Zaleski, all three bodies, and there goes Painter. He gets shot trying to load on the inside. I think Valu got that shot in, and here he comes now.
Oh, Valu just
Zaleski gets shot, and Valu, yeah,
he's wrecking it over here.
Right now.
Yeah, wrecking shop on this. Oh, but it looks like did he get shot?
I'm not really sure. I saw a minor penalty signified by a yellow flag. All of a sudden, went in the air.
Well, it looked like Luik was just handling business over here on the Snake side of the field. I mean, he definitely did a little bit, but Carl Samuelson stepped up and got a bunch of kills for the TonTons. And let's check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines. It looks like she has an interview with one of the TonTons.
Hey guys, down here in the TonTons pit with Saban Samuelson. What do you think? You guys pretty much dominate the Millennium Series, but you struggle a little bit more here at PSP. What do you think the differences are?
A little bit of difference is, of course, the rules, the penalties are different here, so it takes a little while to adapt to that. And then, of course, you don't have any free games as you have in Europe. You always have, at least 1-2 teams that are free in the bracket.
Well, thank you so much. They're up 5-2, so we'll see if they can take home the win.
Yeah, so that's the thing about the Swedes. They all you go to Scandinavia, everybody speaks English. Everybody speaks English, and some of those other guys like Axel speaks pretty decent English. He doesn't think he can, but he can speak pretty decent English. We actually had an interview with him, and he kind of broke it down when he was just like, look, we're very focused on the PSP. We want to come over here and prove to the world that we're one of the best teams, and we're working towards that goal, looking a lot better today than they did yesterday. And like Saban said, Saban struggled a little bit trying to figure out exactly, I have to do this in the box, I have to do that. But now he's playing really well, except the only knock against Saban so far is that he lost that one gunfight, but it was 4-on-2 at that point, so you're going to have to engage a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to do what he can, look back and forth, check the middle. Carl was a long ways away, but, they still have the lead over here. But it looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field. Yeah, 187 just called a timeout right now. They only got 4 players on the field. The TonTons are going to be starting with 4 as well, as they caught that minor penalty right at the end of that last point. So 187 down 3 points and up with the 5-on-4 advantage off the break. Got to make sure they can secure this point, use their timeout. Still a lot of time left to go in this game, but we were talking about coaching moves, calls. This is a great time to call that timeout. What they can't do out here is come out with a bad play and give TonTons another point down a body and put themselves on the verge of losing this match with the 6 point. They still have one more point they can give up, but 187 is going to have to go on a run right now.
Well, the thing is, when you look at what Upton 187 crew, you always can tell how it's going because it's simple. You need to shoot people in order to win points. So when you're looking at the kill counts right now for Upton 187 crew, they don't have a lot of guys that have more than 1, 2, 3 kills. When you're looking at the TonTons, they have everyone, the guys that are putting out there right now. Axel's got 3, Samuelson's got 3, Franck has 3, Loic Vallot's got 2. They got everybody contributing, and that's the thing about the TonTons, as we talked about before this match. If they can get everyone on the same page and playing at that same level instead of just having 1 or 2 guys step up, they're starting to look like, again, they're up 5-2 right now against a team that's been struggling a lot. But I think this is a good game for the TonTons. With the way the 187's been playing, they wanted to play. A team that's still really good, but, because if they step up against Impact or Damage or one of that, obviously they have to beat those guys eventually, though.
Yeah, and like you said, exactly what you said. I mean, eventually you're going to match up with different teams down the road, and you'd be amazed how different teams match up against each other. It's kind of odd how one team will beat another and then get beat by somebody that they probably shouldn't have.
So here we go on the breakout 187 crew on your screen, able to get all the way to the snake off the break. Oh, but frustrated is, I think that's Josh Pike, one of the new players for upTon 187 crew. He gets a spin and ends up getting shot trying to get into snake one. Dan Zaleski, though, who had a pretty good year last year and is one of the better players on the team. He makes his move into the snake. Oh, but they lose number 13, Nick Laval, captain of the team. And so it's not looking good for upTon 187 crew again. Saban Samuelson stepping up. He has 2 confirmed kills in this point.
Yeah, good job by the TonTons coaching staff to move Saban over here because he's really producing for them right now. But really, TonTons are just blowing apart that Dorito side for 187. You know, not getting anything at all. And Lazat
Did you just see that destruction that happened in the center right there?
That was a great move right there by TonTons. Going up the middle of the field, and Lazat just turned his back. He knew he was there, but he turned his back at the wrong time. I know we have a replay on that one sooner or later, but
that was Colombo.
He put it on him too.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm a Colombo fan.
Yeah, I'm a Colombo fan too, man. Colombo has really stepped up here at this in this particular match, and I'm excited to see him play the rest of the year because we know what Axel's going to bring to bear. We know what the Samuelson brothers are bringing to bear, but to get those guys like Colombo, that's what 187 needs. They need some of these younger guys to step up, and also we're still not seeing a lot out of Max Trailer. We're not seeing a lot of Nick Laval, and those are the ballers last year. I mean, how beastly was Nick Laval, Max Trailer last year?
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a game yet off the top of my head where we saw a 187 player, you know, in that 50 Dorito over there just dealing, you know, with some help. You know, it seems like they always lose their first body off that side of the field. They're just, you know, not being able to get anything going over there.
Well, let's check out a replay. I'm hoping that this is that center replay of Colombo decimating Greg Lazat. Yeah, so it is. So there's Colombo who cuts from the Dorito side of the field, realizes Lazat's the last player left alive. And look at this, cuts to it, and Lazat doing whatever he could do. Because, you know, Lazat's just locking his zone down. And so poor Lazat got left out there to hung out to dry because the rest of his boys died around him. So 32 seconds to go before the start of what could potentially be the last point here, as Crew just, you know, the Crew is struggling to put points on the board. But still, their fans behind him, man. 187 Crew has some of the best fans in paintball. Yeah, you can hear him chanting.
Yeah.
And then,
it's nice to always feel like you have that home court advantage feeling, you know, when your fans travel with you, you know, because, you know, there may always only be like one maybe team that's, you know, has like a home field advantage. Florida, you know, damage isn't all from Orlando, you know, but, you know, from the Florida area, so they're always used to the weather. But upTon 187 fans, they travel, you know, they come support their team, and that's always cool to see. Dan Zaleski gets shot on the break, trying to come to the snake. 187 tries to go hard down the Dorito side, send 3 bodies that way. And they do shoot 1 body. Oh, and Saban gets caught on the fill, trying to come out to the snake side. So 3 bodies walking off right there. Saban was the last player, tried to come through. He gets shot, and now 187, you know, asking, I guess I shall receive.
Yeah.
You know, 187 sends 3 bodies out to the Dorito side,
and running guys down.
Get a point.
You know, Axel Godin, the last player alive on the TonTon Flingueurs.
So let's check in with Lauren Kelly. Maybe she has some insight of what's going on in the pits down at 187. They look really good that last point score, 6-2.
Hey guys, I'm in the 187 pit right now with Nick Roberts. Nick, you guys really fought at MAO to be here on the Champions Field. What do you think you've been struggling with here in Chicago?
Primarily it's just been them shooting us off the break. There's a lot of great lanes, blind spots. They've been chopping us up, at least 1 or 2 guys. And then TonTons have been doing a great job getting up to the X and really cutting down that side where we got the elimination. So we've been struggling to stay alive off the break, but we've been battling a few points and slowing it down and kind of working through.
It's an aggressive field, so what do you need to do here to make sure they don't close out this game?
I think most importantly, just get 5 guys out alive and work together, play smart. Don't let them get up to that X, because once they cut that side down, it's real hard to move up. So I think just if we keep the pressure on, keep the guns up, I think we'll prevail.
Okay, we'll see if they do. 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock.
I love getting those player interviews because they break it down pretty honestly most of the time. The guys that are at least willing to, you know, elaborate a little bit on what's happening behind the scenes. But make sure you follow us on Paintball Access. Follow Paintball Access on Instagram, Twitter, and also Facebook. Help us spread the paintball gospel. Check out the website, man. We got statistics, interviews, video on demand. You can watch all the games from the previous events, and there's been some crazy ones this year. So who's going to win this one, man? We have no idea. Lots of teams look pretty solid. And there's everyone doing their homework. Here's Team Dynasty getting a little lunch on and scouting games.
Yeah, there's Omaha Vicious right there sitting next to them. Those are the two teams from the morning bracket that made it on. Good to see those guys out there watching games.
So next up, we're gonna have Edmonton Impact versus Houston Heat. Two of the favorites here at this event. Tampa Bay Damage 187 crew after that. Then Heat versus TonTons and Damage versus Impact. All right, here we go. 3 points separate these two teams. 9 minutes remain in this match. Now 187 on the attack up the center. You see there the center battle. Nick Laval gets taken out though.
Carl Samuelson wheeling and dealing in the middle of the field. Gets one kill. TonTons in control of the stake. Zaleski now over here. He's trying to get some kills across the field, but now he's got to try and work his way into the snake as well. He's looking at two TonTon players. We got Franck and Vulu on the snake side. Oh, and there goes, I think that's Nick Laval gets shot. Yeah, Nick Laval trades out with Carl Samuelson, who's in the middle. Axel Godin is still in the Doritos side corner. TonTon still with 4 bodies. Franck, Vulu, Colombo, and Godin. You know, this squad right here that's in for the TonTons, this is their best squad that they have. Axel Godin tries to make a bump all the way from the corner up to Dorito 1. He gets chopped up.
Yeah,
oh, bounce, nope, a break on the head of Vulu. So 187 attacking the Dorito side right now.
And here comes Zaleski, gonna come and trade out with Colombo. No, is that Franck? Yeah, Chambon Franck. So no one on the snake side of the field. I think we have a one-on-one between Colombo and Matthew Derula. Or no, actually Derula took out Colombo. So here come 187 crew. We got to tell us a 2-point game. There is a lot of time left, so showing some fight. It's good to see for 187.
Yeah, you know, I like games like this, especially when a team like 187 is coming back, because those guys do have a lot of heart, and I do like most of those guys. You know, Painter put together one heck of a team and is very committed to everything they're doing as well.
Well, if you're a fan of taking your hometown crew and seeing how far you can ride this paintball dream, then you should be a fan of the upTon 187 crew, because that's what that team is. Here we go. Let's check out this replay of Zaleski running down Franck and the snake and cleaning it out and leaving Derula left alive on the Dorito side of the field to score that point. The score is 6-4 here, as the TonTons still 1 point away from victory, and upTon scrapping and staying in this match.
Yeah, you know, and Todd, you were kind of hoping that it'd be a little better game than it was, and you're getting your wish. They're coming down the field a little bit better. You know, Axel Godin still is not producing for the TonTon Flingueurs. You know, making some moves and just getting chopped up in the process.
Yeah, I like both these teams, you know, and they've both been fighting hard. And, you know, I like to see them both get going, you know, because if they can both get going, gives them more confidence to come out here, play harder, take risks, and, you know, give good games, you know, to the teams that are higher ranked in their brackets. You know, Damage. You know, both these guys end up in the bracket with Damage, Heat, and Impact, who have all been playing some pretty solid paintball out here, you know, and what we want is good games. This is the champions bracket, you know. Every game is a hard game, just like Saban said in his interview with Lauren. He's like, you know, we focused on this because we know that there are no gimmies. You know, there's no gimmies in this league. You know, every game is a hard game. You have to fight for everything that you want to earn, and, you know, he's right. You know, I haven't seen, you know, recently the level of skills and talent, you know, in the Millennium Series, but I mean, if they're saying that there's gimme games out there, then, you know, obviously we know this is the premier league out here, and, you know, they want to be successful here.
So on the breakout, Greg Lazat all the way up to the center for upTon 187 crew, direct center your screen. And Nick Laval, Max Trailer, though, both get shot off the break. Saban Samuelson comes off early. for the TonTons. So it's 4-on-3 right now. body advantage. Oh, no, 3-on-3. Derula, Painter, and Lazat still on the field for 187. Axel Godin, Colombo, and Loic Velo, all three of them alive for the TonTons to try to win this match. Axel has 4 kills this match. Colombo doubled that, 8 confirmed for him, and Loic with 4. So lots of contributions from everybody on the TonTons.
Yeah, and you know what? Eddie Painter trying to lock down that Dorito side, but I think right now number 25, Loic has got to get in that snake and try and go to work on the center of the field.
So 6 minutes and 9 seconds to go. Lazat in really good field position up there in the center, trying to get a shot on number 25, Velo, who is the only player left alive on the Dorito side of the field. upTon 187 crew also has 2 players in the backfield. You can see there the only player on the Snake side who's really in any sort of position at all on the Snake side for either team, to be honest.
No, not at all. Look for them. Oh, and Axel Godin taking a walk again out of that back corner bunker, Matt.
Yeah, so early death there, or an inopportune death for Axel, as now there's just 2 players left alive for the TonTons. So the TonTons are opening the door, or upTon 187 crew is actually forcing the door open here, whichever way you want to look at it. But regardless, 3-on-2 right here. Let's see if Painter, Derula, and Lazat can close this point out and pull within 1. And with about 5 minutes to go, depending on how long this point takes, there's still a lot of time for them to tie it up, taking it into overtime.
Yeah, there definitely is. Especially on this field, 5 minutes is a long time, and there is the kill that they needed. There goes Colombo, and it is going to be just Velu over here.
And this game is all Greg Lizette up in that middle. So far, 3 confirmed Gs.
So 3-on-1 right now, and there it is. Looked like Eddie Painter got the final shot in.
So showing some fight, love it. upTon 187 crew. This is the upTon 187 crew that we saw last year.
Yes.
Regardless of the situation, they always were tenacious in their ability to try to stay in these matches. And so here we are, man. They are 1 point away from tying this game up with 4 minutes and 29 seconds left to go here. Wow, it really looked like the TonTons were just going to run away with it.
Yeah, they were in a position to, and unfortunately they couldn't close the door behind them. Left that door open, and now 187 crew is just kind of kicking it back in and walking in. Look at our hard-working crew. Doing all the stats. These guys do all of our stats. You can check those out at paintballaccess.com /player-stats. But definitely, if you haven't checked out paintballaccess.com yet, then you guys really need to, because it's a very informative website. Has a lot of good information and up-and-coming things as well.
Yeah, well, there's so many stories out there. Like I was saying, with the awesome stuff that Planet Eclipse is doing with us, with the San Antonio X Factor camp, is they're doing a whole show. That show is actually going to air on English television as a television show. And so they have 6 22-minute episodes. And, you're going to be able to see how the team has been crafted. And interesting developments here is they played terrible at this event and got a lot of penalties. So it just adds another. But that's the thing, win or lose, there's always an interesting story happening with these teams. If they win, well, you want to find out how they did. And if they lost, what are they going to change to try to turn that around? Because a team like San Antonio X Factor has won tournaments before. So, and on every single team that exists, there's some fascinating little element. That's why I think paintball is a really interesting sport. So here we are. Speaking of interesting, just when we thought the TonTons were going to walk away with this match, 187 steps up and pulls it to within 1.
It's so close, but yet so far.
Well, that center's really starting to play a factor, man. We saw both Carl Samuelson for the TonTons get up there and do work for that team, and then upTon 187 crew has had Greg Lazat get up there and have some success.
Yeah, TonTons go straight to the snake on the break. 187 sends Lazat up to the A on the break again to lock off that Dorito side. Axel Godin into Dorito 1 early. Straight into Dorito 2 right away for 187. Axel Godin matches him up. Zaleski comes across into the snake. Zaleski's got trailer with him, and coming down the field attacking Nick Laval right away goes in, and he bunkers out Bryce Godin.
Yeah, that's Axel's brother who's finally getting a chance to get out there. That's an interesting play call that they send Bryce in to play an important point like this, just because he hasn't really seen any playing time. So interesting time to let him get out there and get a rep.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. I mean, I think I'd go with my 5 strongest players. Now, not taking anything away from him at all.
Well, he's a good guy. He's a good player. But did he get shot out of the break or did he get shot out of his bunker?
He got shot out of his bunker.
See, that's, that's why I'm saying that might be an error on the side of the coach. Unless somebody's hurt, then you don't want, I mean, in a point like this with a very close match, TonTons losing the momentum. I know Bryce is a baller. I know he can play the game. I've heard really good things about them from all the locals over in that area of his area of the world, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, Nick Laval came, he came pretty aggressive. As soon as he saw Bryce dive into that Dorito too, he dove into the Dorito too. Saw his opportunity, immediately came, bunkered him out. So, Laval clocking in, trying to open up some sort of window of opportunity for 187 on that Dorito side.
Bryce did shoot out Greg Lazat before he went. So that might have been why he did get shot out of his bunker, because he maybe came out, got that shot, but having to do that, sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself to get that kill. Though you really don't want to do that, but when you're in a gunfighting situation, at least.
And so you got Zaleski and Max Trailer over here. Snakes 1 and 2. They need to make sure to talk to each other and have somebody control the wire.
And this is who they're looking at, who's on your screen right now, is the Snake side for the TonTons, as Colombo up there with his 8 confirmed kills, man, doing work for the TonTons both yesterday and today. Axel still alive on the Dorito side, 5 for him, and the whole team's contributing.
Long drawn out point. I mean, 155, left in this game. TonTons doing a good job of locking down the field, but 187 has got to start thinking about what they're going to do. I mean, they're going to run out of time before they know it.
And here is Zaleski on your screen right there. Come across, looking at him, that's Frank. Frank getting his barrel clean.
And that's their problem right there. Those 2 guys right there are the main problem right now for 187. Those are the guys that are holding them up, and they're going to win the game for them.
Vulu right there in the Dorito.
Time ticking off, man. All TonTons have to do is just hold off for another minute and 13 seconds.
Yeah, Derula is alive over there on the Dorito side. He doesn't want to give his body up. You still got the 4 strong. You got a body in the Dorito corner for the TonTons.
And on your screen right there, far side of the field for 187 crew.
Yeah, that's Derula.
Yep, Derula going to work, just trying to stay tight and stay alive. Nice job right there by Dan Zaleski over here on the Snake side, clearing out the Snake.
And here comes the attack.
Oh,
187. 187, 30 seconds left.
I don't know if they're going to have enough time. I think they might do it. Max Trailer, they got to close this out. 23 seconds. They still have to get the flag. Max should just go get the flag. Oh, wow. Now we got ourselves a one-on-one. They took out Matthew Derula, but then Trailer was able to get the shot in, so Max Trailer stepping up here.
5 seconds.
And he is going to have enough time to tie it up, and we are heading to overtime. What an amazing comeback from the upTon 187 crew.
Woo! Oh, wow.
Wow.
Max Trailer bails out Derula, who came in and, got shot one-on-one.
Wow.
Max Trailer pulls it out right there and going to send this game to overtime. Amazing comeback by 187. Let's see if they can make it all worthwhile here with 1 point left to win after putting a string of points together. And you know what, Maddie? I'll tell you what. There's the 187 fans right there with their bright yellow shirts, as always. This field has definitely lended to
highlighters
more,
is so hot right
now. Some runs. We've seen like the way that the past couple field layouts, have been kind of tight. Really tight games, back and forth a little bit. But this one has been like X Factor, infamous. We watched them go down big, go up big. Blow leads. A lot more runs. A lot more like the way the game used to be back in 03, 04, when teams would go on 3, 4, 5-point runs, get back in games.
Love seeing that. Well, let's check out this replay here before I think they're probably going to burn it off, but while we have a chance. So 187 trying to close out. Just barely any time left. Derula, he advances forward, gets taken out, but Trailer right there, and then he's able to clip the last player for the TonTons. Let's look at it from the overhead eye in the sky cam. Derula pushing forward, but he ends up getting eaten up right there. But Trailer, a little off screen, is able to drop a shot in. And honestly, all that TonTon player had to do, I can't remember who that was over there. Was that Carl Samuelson?
I think it was Axel.
Okay, so it's Axel Godin. All he has to do is just hide. Just hide back there. Make Max Trailer come and at least bunker you out, because if he gets that close, then you can potentially trade out with him. That's what he needed to do. Or because there was only about 15 seconds left, just have him bunker you, and then Max Trailer, he only hung it with like 4 or 5 seconds. He wouldn't have had time to run all the way back, grab the flag. So it's just the little differences that make, just these little tiny things.
And here we go.
Lizotte lost his loader on the break, had to run back and go get it. Lost a bunch of stuff. He lost his batteries. He lost his...
So having a little garage sale out there.
He just coming back.
He's still alive, though.
He better put one ball in his gun and go get somebody. Looks like he got to bounce.
Oh, my God, is he still alive? Oh, my Jesus. Greg Lizotte is just having some difficulties over there. And Carl Samuelson's going to be like, you know what, I'm just going to put you out of your misery.
Forget about it. Go get the rest of your stuff.
Lord almighty, that's too bad, man. I mean...
Yeah, because Greg Lizotte's had a good game up that center. Interesting that both teams deciding in overtime to send a body up into that center. Just a fortress up there.
Well, it was working for him. I mean, working for both teams. It helped 187 Crew get to where they are now, and that's a 6-6 tie going into overtime with these teams.
So 3 players left alive for the TonTons, and only Greg Lizotte has been shot by Carl Samuelson. So Eddie Painter shot out Colombo, and Nick Laval got a shot in on Franck. So 2 of the top killers for the TonTons off the field right now. Still, though, big Carl Samuelson. Well, he's not physically big, but his game is big.
Yes.
He's got 11 confirmed kills, and most of them come from him just getting up that center and just feasting up there.
Right now, Zaleski pushing his way. Yep, gets gun dominance and comes into Snake 1. We're going to turn the corner, going to Snake 2. Filling out to the wire. TonTon player gets out to the wire in the Snake corner. Trying to keep Dan Zaleski from coming all the way down. TonTons are in the 50 Dorito over here, though. 187 in Dorito 1 and the Dorito Tower. Tall Temple. Zaleski going to back up, see what kind of shots he has. Ooh, almost stuck a shot in there.
Yeah, almost
that
stuck
Axel?
in. Yeah, on the far side of the field, on the Dorito side, at that 50 Dorito, I do believe it is Axel Golden.
Yeah, because Samuelson's up in the middle, and Vulu is down here in the Snake corner. So those are the 3 bodies. Oh, and Zaleski, I believe, gets this shot in.
Wow, here comes
across the field on Godin.
His tense moments, because Samuelson's still alive. And look at this shot over here. You have Zaleski's trying to get a shot on Samuelson. Samuelson has no idea that Zaleski's made it to the past the 50-yard line. So Samuelson drops the ball in the center, and here comes upTon 187 Crew, Eddie Painter.
Now it's a one-on-one.
Oh, it's a one-on-one.
Vulu shoots Zaleski, makes it a one-on-one as Samuelson shoots the 2 bodies off the Dorito side.
But there's only 20 seconds left, and there is, if Eddie Painter does not score this, it's going to head to a tie. Or it's going to be a tie, so I don't think he's going to have enough time. He's going to try to make it enter. We've seen Painter try to do this before.
Painter had it.
Oh, Painter had it right there. They're just yelling at him, just go. He's got to go. He has no choice. And he gets that shot.
They both shoot each other.
Oh.
What a game. 187 Crew.
That's as close as a paintball game gets. Literally.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Painter had that opportunity when Vulu came to the inside and wrapped around the wire. If Painter would have taken off, he may have had a chance to make it, but man, so close right there.
And you could hear the crowd, all the 187 fans just started screaming and yelling at him, go, go, because if he had actually launched at that particular moment, he had a little second when Louis, right?
Yep.
Yeah, when Louis dipped out, looked towards the center to try to find Painter, couldn't see him, and if Painter had just launched and gone and dove in, he would have got that hang. But I think Painter, maybe in the back of his mind, he tried to do that before and got shot right as he dove in. And
Trevor Reeser.
Trevor Reeser. Yep, exactly. So maybe that was, he was like, okay, I have to make extra super duper sure that I've got that lane open. But still, though, man, what an amazing match here. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's why paintball's fun to watch, because of games like that. What a great comeback from upTon 187 crew, proving, hey, man, we don't care what happens. It may look bad for us right now, but that's the thing, man. At any point in the time, that's why this game is so mental. You know, you get to reset. Yeah, you may be down a couple points, but as long as there's time on that clock, you have a chance. upTon 187 crew proving that to be a fact.
Yes.
Even though they didn't win. It's tie game, but still, man, what an amazing match. Such an amazing match. So next up, we have Houston Heat taking on Edmonton Impact. And those are two favorite teams right there. Houston Heat won 3 events last year in 2012. They were the world champions here in the PSP. Taking on Impact, who is Chris's pick to win this whole thing. And it looks like we have an interview on the sidelines with Lauren Kelly. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, I'm here with Matt Derula from 187. That was an amazing match with TonTons. You guys came back, you fought hard. What was going through your mind during that point to tie it up when you ran to hang the flag?
You know, I don't know, like everything's going nuts. We were down 6-2, we came back. We were down 6-5, we wanted to tie it up, so I think it was sort of, you know, just get the kill as fast as you can and hang the flag. At that point, you know, if you get shot trying to end the game, it is what it is, but fortunately we came on top to tie it up.
That's such a big point difference to come back. Did you guys switch up your strategy, or what changed?
Not too much. The game started off pretty even. I think they were up 3-1. I got a stupid major, so that they got 2 points off that, I think. I think then we got the point after that was 5-2, and I think we slowed it down a little bit more. We played the blind spot in the center and shot out a little bit more to try and slow down them hitting our wide guys, and it worked.
All right, well, good match. It was very intense. Heat and Impact are up next. On the Challengers Field, CEP and Jesters will be playing soon, so I'll keep you updated.